You gotta shine with the sun. It's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Right now on Sunrise, the ex-wife of murdered FSU professor Dan Markell now breaking her silence. We've got her statement. Plus major changes on the way to the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. We're going to take a look inside. And Florida tourism helping keep people employed. But just how many? We're breaking down all those numbers, all that and a whole lot more ahead for you on this Tuesday, August the 5th. Good morning and thanks for joining us here on WTXL Sunrise. I'm Kelly Bartoli. Greg Angel has the day off. Also coming up this morning, FAMU hosted a town hall yesterday. We're going to go over some of the major points they were making. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. But first this morning, a 20-year-old man is waking up in the Leon County Jail after a woman's body is found in the Ocklawahnee River. Actually, that we will get to a different story. Right now, we're talking about Florida Highway Patrol looking for a driver who fled the scene of an accident last night. This actually happened around 10 o'clock on Old County Camp Road. Troopers say the driver hit pedestrian Marcus Arnold of Madison and then drove off. Arnold was taken to Tallahassee Memorial Hospital in serious condition. If you have any information about that accident, call FHP. New information this morning in the Markell homicide search for justice. The attorney of Dan Markell's ex-wife has released a statement on her behalf. It says in part, Miss Adelson requests that the media respect her privacy as she helps her children overcome the unexpected loss of their father. She remains deeply concerned about the safety and well-being of her children. The attorney also adds that his ex-wife encourages anyone who may have information to contact police. Dan Markell was found with a gunshot to the head at his home on July 18th. Police are continuing to look for a vehicle of interest and are following all leads. To see the entire statement from Adelson's attorney and stay up to date with all new information, just visit our website, WTXL.tv. Also first this morning, a Tallahassee man who left his friend to die in the Ocklawahnee River now out of jail. 20-year-old Jeffrey Rushing bonded out of the Leon County Jail yesterday. He is facing a charge of vehicular manslaughter in the death of 20-year-old Jordan Ray Nadeau. According to our media partners at the Tallahassee Democrat, Rushing drank beer, took a Xanax, and used cocaine before driving his car into the Ocklawahnee River Friday night. Now, Nadeau's body was then found in the river over the weekend, and an autopsy confirms she drowned. Deputies say both of them were drunk when Rushing drove the SUV into the river. It was actually near the end of Tower Road, and Nadeau was passed out inside the SUV. Rushing himself then was found passed out Saturday morning and told police what happened. Nadeau was a student at Florida State University and a graduate of Chipley High School. Also first this morning, FAMU is asking the community to weigh in on the temporary suspensions of the men's golf and tennis teams. FAMU's president Elmira Mangum held a town hall meeting last night to address the public as well as the coaches and players to get their feedback on the suspensions. Now, the teams as a whole were suspended in June as part of a strategic plan to balance the athletic budget as required by the state. She also met with the 220 Quarterback Club. That's an athletic group with a long history of contributing to FAMU athletics. Well, meanwhile, Florida lawmakers are expected to return to Tallahassee this week for a special session. It'll all get underway Thursday at noon. It's an effort to redraw congressional districts. The new maps were ordered by Leon County Judge Terry Lewis. He gave the legislator until August 15th to make the new maps for a potential special election. The judge also ordered the Secretary of State and county elections supervisors to submit a draft schedule for the special election. Arguments are scheduled then for August the 20th. That is 6 days before Florida's primary election. Well, a third judge in Florida has overturned the state's ban on same-sex marriage. The ruling came yesterday from Broward County Circuit Judge Dale Cohen. It mirrors decisions made last month by judges in Monroe and Miami-Dade counties. They all found that a 2008 voter-approved constitutional amendment banning gay marriage in the state violates gay residents' rights to equal protection under the law as guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. Judge Cohen has stayed his decision pending an appeal issued by Attorney General Pam Bondi. It is 5:04, time to get our first check of the forecast on this Tuesday. Max Sapir is in the Weather Center for us this morning, and you were talking before we actually started the show, talking a little bit about Bertha. She's not what we thought she was going to be.
Well, no, the storm or the hurricane was much less impressive when the hurricane hunters flew in last night. The 5 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center officially downgrading it to a tropical storm status once again, and no re-intensification is expected with this system. Looks like it's going to be plateaued and then weakening as it continues to go to the north. Meanwhile, back home, we are seeing temperatures that are very tropical still. 75 in the capital city, 68 northward into Macon. We're seeing temperatures that are sticky all around the region, and that's just an indication of, well, it's still summertime, it's still August around the region, and we're going to be seeing these hot, muggy conditions over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, Titan radar, we're having all 5 scanners going on right now. Not much to talk about around the region. It's actually really quiet locally, but we are seeing some showers offshore at this hour, and I think that's where they stay for most of the day, offshore and away from our region. So we're calling for a relatively another dry day, and even though we saw a couple sprinkles in downtown Tallahassee last night and a lot of rain if you were in Liberty or Franklin counties yesterday, today I think we're all a little bit drier. Temperatures will be warming up quickly back into the low to even mid-90s, but check out the rain chances. Very, very limited around the area. If you do get rainfall today, you will be one of the lucky folks around the region because we are still in quite the rain deficit for early August and all the way through summer. So it just goes to show you what a quick change of pace we can have. Last year, Kelly, we had rain that was really impacting the region, and we had a lot of it. This year, not so much.
Yeah.
We'll have your full forecast coming up in a couple minutes. But right now, we'll get a quick check on the roadways. And when I looked at the visibility this morning, no issues out there. Hopefully that's being reciprocated outside as well.
Yeah, everything is looking pretty good out there, Max. Really no problems out on the roadways. Of course, a lot of construction projects, a lot of these getting underway yesterday. So we're still getting used to them. So there still might be some slow going spots if you're heading out there this morning. We're talking about in Valdosta. There's a major project that actually just started yesterday. We were seeing some resurfacing. It's actually on Gordon Street from Lamar to Smith Streets. We were seeing some slow going spots there yesterday as that project first got underway. Now around the capital city, everything is looking pretty good. One little slow spot there on Tennessee Street, but only a couple blocks long. So that's definitely some good news there. One major project that we're still going to be seeing now for the next hour or so, Old Bainbridge Road is closed. We're talking about some work that's being done from Brevard Street to 7th Avenue. This is going to last the next 6 weeks, this overnight project. So definitely pay attention if you are heading out there in the next few minutes or so, because you might run into some of these delays in that area. I-10 as well, eastbound, closed from mile marker 212 to 214 traffic. They do have it moving on the shoulder there, but otherwise, no problems. Remember, you can always check out our live traffic maps on our website at WTXL.tv. Well, a year of championships and a year of change. We first showed you last week the grand plans and the capital campaign to transform the Seminoles' Doak Campbell Stadium into a venue like none other. But it's not the only transformation happening at FSU. Millions of dollars also being spent by the university to create a new experience for fans at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. WTXL ABC 27's Greg Angel gives us a look inside.
For years, this has been the sports and entertainment capital of Tallahassee, welcoming nearly 500,000 people last year alone for more than 500 different events. From concerts to pro wrestling, graduation, and Florida State sports.
The Tucker Center serves as an important piece of our fabric.
Kyle Clark is Vice President of Finance and Administration at Florida State University and one of many overseeing the multi-million-dollar transformation of the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center.
Project planners have it all on a diagram, and they have it all slated down to the day, exactly how we'll phase in all the projects.
It's work that began when FSU took over the center several years ago. 6 studies later, we come to this point, when the real work gets underway. Nearly $16 million of renovations happening from the back of the house to here inside the arena, from the floor to the ceiling.
The Jumbotron, there'll be a new center hung scoreboard. There'll also be new ribbon boards installed throughout the facility, which we don't have right now. There'll be new courtside signage as well.
Another obvious change, the seats.
The seats are changing both in the upper and the lower bowl. All new garnet seats will be installed.
It's real easy to see the wear and tear, but soon these chairs are all going to be replaced. One's a little bit more comfortable, one's also with a nice little feature I'm sure a lot of fans are going to love. Cup holders. Now, when crews start getting to work here later this year, they're going to be changing not only the way that you see the shows and the concerts, but also the way you hear the shows and the concerts.
We have a feasibility study underway right now related to the sound and acoustical improvements, and we're trying to identify initiatives that would improve the overall quality of the sound.
That study is expected to be done by late summer, with the work wrapped up by early next year.
I really hope it just improves the overall fan experience, and that it's a place that fans want to continue to come and continue to support.
As for the work already underway, that is going to be done before the tip-off of this fall's basketball season. In Tallahassee, Greg Angel, WTXL, ABC 27, dedicated to you.
Now, current capacity of the Civic Center is about 12,000, but as part of the progress of upgrading seats, Kyle Clark says they're going to lose about 300 seats. But he adds, with the improvements, they also hope to add more events to the venue. Now, to read more about all the upgrades at the Civic Center or at Doak Campbell Stadium, check out the stories on our website, WTXL.tv. Other news this morning, the Florida tourism industry created nearly 76,000 jobs in 2013 alone. That's according to a new report released by Florida Tax Watch and Visit Florida. The report reveals the number of visitors to Florida in the past year has increased by more than 2.8 million. And they say every 85 visitors create one job in the state.
Those people are coming and experiencing all that we have to offer, having amazing experiences, but they're also, they're staying in hotels, they're buying at retail stores, they're buying at restaurants, and all of that sales tax collections, which amounts to roughly 23% of the state sales tax collections, are being paid for by people that don't live here.
Now, experts also add that the state should meet its goal of attracting 100 million visitors by the year 2015. Well, coming up this morning, we're looking in California where torrential rains triggered flash flooding and mudslides. We're going to take a look at that damage. And then later on in your entertainment news, Beyonce's dad heading to the classroom. Hear what kind of college course he's going to be teaching. And remember, if you see news happening or have a story idea to share with us, give us a call at 850-894-6397. You can also share your ideas or pictures with us on Facebook and Twitter, or send an email to us. It's abc27news@WTXL.tv. We'll be right back.
It's the Florida Panhandle Shipwreck Trail Sweepstakes. This week's trip is to Pensacola. Experience a two-night getaway for four at the Hilton Pensacola Beach. Enjoy dinner at Pensacola. And certified divers can take a diving expedition with Due South Custom Charters. Watch ABC 27's news at 5, 6, and 11 p.m. shows through Thursday for the word of the day. Then visit WTXL.tv to enter. It's the Florida Panhandle Shipwreck Trail Sweepstakes. This week on WTXL.
Home Instead Senior Care, Kraft Nissan, and St. Leo University present Laugh Out Loud, a night of comedy to benefit the Alzheimer's Project. Saturday, August 16th at the Ruby Diamond Concert Hall. Featuring the comedians Bob Zaney and Greg Hahn, who've performed on Comedy Central, The Bob and Tom Show, and more. Tickets are available now and won't last. Get yours at tickets.fsu.edu. Get ready to laugh out loud. Saturday, August 16th. See you there.
When you smoke, it affects more than just your health. I love to dance. That's something that I handed down to my family. I was pretty good at it too, before my doctor told me that secondhand smoke at work caused me to have asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage, and I never smoked.
For a free 2-week starter kit of nicotine patches, call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
A major cleanup is now underway in Southern California after torrential rains triggered flash flooding and mudslides. More than 4 inches of rain in less than 2 hours turned roads into rivers of mud and rock. A man died after his car was swept into a creek, and in one area the mud flow was so deep it closed off the only road leading to parts of a Forest Home, an 1,800-bed sleepaway camp. More than 40 homes did suffer damage. Weird to think we're talking about wildfires, we're talking about droughts, and yet this part of California we're seeing torrential downpours and flooding.
Well, some necessary rainfall, but sometimes when you do get into a drought-like situation like that, when the rain does fall and it falls too fast, the ground cannot absorb it, and that's exactly what we're seeing there. And of course, when you're in a mountainous area like that, you're going to get mudslides as well. Unfortunate situation there, of course. Yeah,
we certainly are going to keep a close eye on that, and luckily not just one person did die, but no other major injuries, so that's at least some good news. And some good news on the tropical front, at least for now.
Yes.
Not going to see any.
We're quieting down. We're quieting down for sure. Let's play my favorite game. See if you can find where Bertha is. Kelly, you think you see it out here?
That little thing in the corner?
Little thing in the corner? Well, actually, look at the setting of your screen here. It's hard to see, that's for sure. There's not much to talk about when it comes to Bertha anymore. She's falling apart at a rapid speed. We'll see maybe if she can get her act together once the sun comes up. She gets a little daytime heating. But this is Bertha. Falling apart. There she goes. And we do actually have an upper level low to the west of it that actually looks more impressive than the tropical storm itself. As I mentioned earlier today, Bertha now has been downgraded to tropical storm status. Winds not impressive at all. If you're following along at home, there's the coordinates. 65-mile-per-hour winds at this hour, moving to the north-northeast at a pretty good clip, 22 miles per hour. But the pressure is increasing, meaning that it is weakening, and it will continue to weaken as it gets thrown into the northern Atlantic. And out of our hair, out of our minds. Back home, though, we are still having a very tropical-like feel, but Bertha, since it still is a tropical system, absorbing a lot of that moisture like we were talking about yesterday, that's going to be the trend today as well. So we're going to stay relatively dry around the Big Bend and South Georgia today, but again, a few hit-or-miss showers really can't be ruled out because temperatures will begin to soar. Right now, we're pretty steamy out there already. 75 in the capital city. Good morning to everyone in Thomasville. 72 for you folks. 74 over in Live Oak at this hour. So we'll get to 96 this afternoon. It's going to be really, really hot once again, and we could have a couple isolated storms out there, especially the farther west you go. So Franklin, Liberty counties, you had a deluge of rain yesterday. You might see a couple more pop-up showers and storms today as well. Offshore waterway interest is going to be, well, hot, but again, since we're not going to see that rainfall, a great day to get to the waterways. We like our Gulf smooth, and today it'll be playing nice with us. 91 along the shoreline, water temperature nice and steamy as well, 84. Again, winds coming out of the west, though, ushering in a dry air mass, so you're tapping into hotter air. If winds were coming out of the Gulf, we'd be seeing some moderating temperatures, maybe even some mid-80s along the coastline, but today, not the case. UV index still on the extreme side. That's because even though we'll have some clouds, most of the day looks like it will be sunny. Tonight, we'll be clearing on out. Temps will get down to about 72, similar to what we're seeing right now, right around that average. There goes that upper level low that has been giving us a little bit more moisture on your Sunday, a little bit on your Monday as well for our western counties, but that quickly moving away out of our hair, meeting up with Bertha. And what we're going to get in its place is a high pressure system that's going to build over the open Gulf, advance to the north, and winds go clockwise around high pressure systems. So we're ushering in a little bit more of a west wind, again, a hot breeze versus a moderate breeze off the Gulf of Mexico. All right, here's that 7-day forecast, and you can definitely tell the heat not going anywhere. Some folks might get the rain, but we're all getting the heat over these next couple of days. A string of 96 to even 97 degrees through Thursday before moderating slightly to Friday, where we'll see a little bit more rainfall in store. That's the good news. That's really where we're going to eyeball and target a little bit more necessary rainfall. But until then, my goodness gracious, Kelly, you're talking about dodging showers last week and how lucky, quote unquote, you were to actually get through the week without seeing the rainfall. This week, probably going to be a carbon copy of that.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's actually good because we got some big community events going on tonight, outdoor events.
Good.
Local communities, in our area coming together. It's all to take part in National Night Out. It's all going on tonight from 6 until 9 o'clock. Now, this is actually the 4th year that the Midway Police Department's taken part. Their event's going to be at the Eugene Lamb Park in Midway. Tallahassee Police hosting their own event. That's also tonight at Cascades Park. National Night Out, by the way, is designed to raise crime prevention awareness and to help strengthen police and community partnerships. When we come back, we've got your Jimmy Kimmel recap. You're going to want to see what happens when Jimmy decides to take on Kim Kardashian in a race to the finish. It's straight ahead.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better. Gold's Gym is a proud supporter of St. Francis Wildlife, a local organization that rescues nearly 3,000 injured, orphan, and sick wild animals in our community every year. To support their efforts, simply visit their website and click on the Donate Now button. I'm Jim Berthoff, and I care about our community. That's what makes Gold's Gym a dedicated company.
Want to keep up with local news, weather, and sports? Log on to WTXL.tv today and download the all-new WTXL ABC 27 News app, where you can find all the latest news headlines from around the area, catch the latest sports scores, and even send us a news tip on the go. The WTXL ABC 27 News app, sponsored in part by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chevrolet, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Buick GMC and Cadillac, Home Instead Senior Care, Rowe Roofing, and Stanley Steamer. Get ready to hit the stage. It's the Downtown Tallahassee Music Fest contest, and we're looking for musicians and bands to battle for the Gig of the Year. Visit WTXL.tv and click the Music Fest logo to submit your music. 3 finalists will perform at Music Fest this fall, and the winner gets to open at the Downtown Tallahassee New Year's Eve 2014. The Downtown Tallahassee Music Fest contest, brought to you by WTXL ABC 27 and these sponsors.
She's been a queen, an assassin, and she's always
a total dame.
Next live, Academy Award winner Dame Helen Mirren, plus legend Sean Bean, Maria Menounos, and send your tough questions to the inbox.
Michelle wants to know if our trivia dancer is single.
No,
How dare you ask that question?
trying to get that man in trouble.
Next live.
Today at 9 on ABC 27. Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
Time for your entertainment news this morning. You know, Hollywood full of new parents, including Jimmy Kimmel. So he's trying to put his skills to the test, trying to show it off, right?
I feel like he's been doing a lot of baby tests these last couple.
He has been. He's trying to get baby proof for when he goes home at night. So.
Well, that's definitely good. So what we're going to look at today is we want to check out what happens when Jimmy goes head-to-head with new mom Kim Kardashian. Let's take a look.
Jimmy, you should hire a nanny better.
Thank you, Guillermo. You should hire a nanny better. I feel like I'm catching up. The baby, whoa, mine's peeing.
I think they did that on purpose to Jimmy Kimmel.
I hope Kim Kardashian doesn't actually throw Northwest when she changes.
Let's hope not. She was just going through it.
Off you go. Yeah, no, but I don't. Yeah, Jimmy's doing a good job though, even if they're peeing, even if the baby's peeing.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Over him.
Every weeknight at 11:35 right here on WTXL. Other entertainment news to get to this morning. Talking money. Any guesses for the top paid actress for the past year?
Well, I just read the script. So
Here it is. Sandra Bullock. She is topping Forbes' list of highest paid actresses, raking in an estimated $51 million between June of 2013 and 2014. Now, she can thank her movie Gravity for most of the money. According to Forbes, it grossed over $700 million at the box office.
Who knew just screaming in space you
I
can
know.
make so much money?
Jennifer Lawrence came in second, earning $34 million.
Great.
And Jennifer Aniston rounding out the third place, $31 million. Although I'm kind of
so
surprised.
Much money that
Jennifer
I'm not gonna be able
Aniston
to
hasn't
see.
done much lately, so $31 million still.
She does all those makeup commercials.
She's got a lot of. She's got makeup and lotion and water. And
As my mom says, she never ages. How can she do that? She never ever ages. All right, some students at a Houston community college might get a chance to see how it was to grow up like Beyonce. Matthew Knowles, the superstar's father and, of course, former manager, is teaching a one-day class class on the entertainment industry next month. According to Houston Community College's Central's website, he'll share some of his expertise, quote, of course, and knowledge during the, quote, day-long boot camp. The course is for anyone who hopes to break into the entertainment industry. The one-day class is around, $300.
That sounds like a scam to me.
It's here's this pyramid scheme. If you would like to get into the
you want to get
industry,
in, there you go.
It's like people getting the Kim Kardashian app.
Exactly.
Be my friend, virtually and very far away from me.
Hey, speaking of music, reigning CMA Vocal Group of the Year, Little Big Town, returning for the second year to host the CMA Music Festival Country's Night to Rock. The special was actually filmed back in June during the CMA Music Festival. It features country music megastars during the 4-day party with performances from Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, maybe Rascal Flatts, Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, a whole bunch of them. You can catch it all tonight starting at 8 right here on WTXL ABC 27. We'll do video games rot your kids' brains. That's what everyone's fear, right? Well, now new research suggesting maybe the kids are all right after all. Plus, are you planning to travel overseas? Make sure you know what illnesses could be lurking in foreign countries. Health news coming up next.
Nature has the power to take our beautiful weather and turn it into complete chaos. Hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, real threats that can destroy homes, businesses, and ultimately take lives. Don't be caught off guard, be proactive, and keep your family safe. The ABC 27 Storm Team Severe Weather Guide has all the information you need to be prepared before and after the storm. Download this free guide at WTXL.tv. And when severe weather threatens, trust the Storm Team to keep you updated.
The story of happily ever after begins with a bride, a groom, and their special day together. And Brides on WTXL.tv is here to make your wedding truly memorable. With Brides, you can post your engagement and wedding announcements online to share with your family and friends, all for free. On Brides, you'll find a collection of businesses to help you with tuxedo rentals, catering, venues, and more for your special day. Get started today by clicking on the Brides section of WTXL.tv.
Wow, this is nuts.
Oh, I'll show you nuts.
Toyota's annual clearance event is on now. Find great lease offers and 0% APR financing on many of your favorite models. Get yours today before they're gone.
It's mine. It's mine.
You weren't kidding.
Hurry in now to Toyota's annual clearance event and get a low 0% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota Camry. That's just 0% APR on a new Camry.
Guys!
Oh my God. Toyota, let's go places.
Recently, one of my sons got married. Sitting there, memories, ball games, vacations, and family times from the past rushed through my mind. And then I thought of their future. What did it hold for my little boy, now grown, and his new wife? At Morgan & Morgan, much of what we do is try to put futures back together that have been disrupted by an accident or an unforeseen and unpaid insurance claim. It's our family's life's work. Here is to your future and to Matt and Cassidy's. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
In your health news this morning, video games aren't going anywhere, so what effect are they really having on kids? Well, researchers studied nearly 5,000 kids, comparing the number of hours they spend on video games to the scores on tests of behavior and mental well-being. Those who played about 1 to 3 hours a day actually appeared to be the most well-adjusted, even more than those who reported logging little or no video game time. Now, federal authorities, meanwhile, are asking international travelers to be aware of certain conditions in countries they may be visiting, so also want to make sure you're prepared for any possible health issues when you get there. To stay healthy, make sure your vaccination papers are up to date. Also, watch what you eat, stick to bottled drinks and avoid ice, and be aware of your surroundings. Avoid unknown swimming holes because they could carry deadly parasites. And if you're planning to travel abroad, check the CDC's website on health conditions of wherever you're going to visit. Coming up straight ahead this morning, the second Ebola patient on her way to Atlanta as a New York City man now being treated himself potentially for the virus. We've got the latest after a quick break.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better. Boys Town of North Florida has been serving young boys and girls since 1983. Did you know last year alone they helped 653 local children? Some of these children have never celebrated a birthday. Any amount donated between now and August will be matched by Rowe Roofing. Call 575-6422 to become a Boys Town birthday buddy today. I'm Rudy Rowe, and I care about our community, and that's what makes Rowe Roofing a dedicated company.
Home Instead Senior Care, Kraft Nissan, and St. Leo University present Laugh Out Loud, a night of comedy to benefit the Alzheimer's Project. Saturday, August 16th at the Ruby Diamond Concert Hall. Featuring the comedians Bob Zaney and Greg Hahn, who've performed on Comedy Central, The Bob and Tom Show, and more. Tickets are available now and won't last. Get yours at tickets.fsu.edu. Get ready to laugh out loud. Saturday, August 16th. See you there.
Come celebrate 20 years of the Downtown Marketplace every Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park, featuring fresh homegrown food, fine arts and crafts, music, special events, and children's activities. Please don't miss special events all season long. For a complete calendar, visit downtownmarket.com and click More Resources under About the Marketplace. The Downtown Marketplace, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park. Brought to you by the Tallahassee Downtown Improvement Authority, WTXL ABC 27, and these sponsors. The Powerball jackpot has reached $80 million. Be sure to tune into ABC 27 Wednesday at 10:59 p.m. to see if you're the next winner. Remember, you can't win if you don't play. Catch the Florida Lottery's Cash 3 and Play 4 exclusively on ABC 27's Weather Now, nightly on Comcast Channel 210 or 27.3 between 8:30 and 8:40. ABC 27, your official Florida Lottery station.
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun. It's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us here on WTXL Sunrise. It is Tuesday, August the 5th. I'm Kelly Bartoli. Greg's got the day off. 5:30 on the dot. Coming up this half an hour, we're taking another look at temperatures all across the area. Plus, FSU football finally back in action. The season opener just 20-something days away. Now that's all ahead in just a few minutes. First, though, let's take a look at what is happening in the world right now. The second American patient with Ebola now on her way to the U.S. Nancy Wrightball is being flown to Atlanta in a specially equipped medevac airplane. It's the same aircraft that already flew another American, Dr. Kent Brantley, out of Liberia. Wrightball is expected to land later this afternoon. She'll be taken to Emory University Hospital, where Brantley is currently being treated. Meanwhile, health officials in New York say they won't know for at least another day whether a man tested for Ebola actually has the virus. They say he came to Mount Sinai Hospital yesterday morning with high fever and a stomach illness, and he had recently visited West Africa. The man is now in isolation and undergoing screenings to determine his symptoms. Looking internationally now, the Israeli military says all its ground troops will have pulled out of the Gaza Strip by the start of the scheduled ceasefire today. The withdrawal is going forward after Israel completely destroyed 32 cross-border tunnels. Now, those were meant to allow Islamic militants to carry out attacks against Israel. Today's ceasefire is expected to end nearly 4 weeks of fighting between Israel and Hamas. During those attacks, 1,900 Palestinians and 67 Israelis were killed. Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, police are investigating a deadly attack on a passenger bus. Officers say one pedestrian was killed when a man used an earth mover to overturn the bus. The driver of that tractor was killed by police. Other news this morning.
He leaves the kind of legacy that I think that certainly this press secretary and all future press secretaries will aspire to live up to.
Former White House Press Secretary James Brady has died at the age of 73. Brady was wounded in the 1981 assassination attempt on President Reagan. He became a crusader along with his wife for gun control efforts. Current White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest says Brady showed his patriotism through issues he felt strongly about.
He is somebody who I think really revolutionized this job. And even after he was wounded in that attack on the president, was somebody who showed his patriotism and commitment to the country.
Now, Brady's family issued a statement saying Jim used his many talents and can-do attitude to make a difference in the lives of others. We believe with all of our hearts that he did. The mayor of Toledo, Ohio, says the city's water is now safe. A tap water ban affecting hundreds of thousands of people in Ohio now lifted. Mayor D. Michael Collins says tests performed yesterday in the affected neighborhoods returned non-detectable levels of an algae-related toxin. As many as 400,000 people were told not to consume, cook with, or even boil the tap water after that toxin was found in the water supply late Friday. Toledo's drinking water comes from Lake Erie. Looking up and down Florida this morning, the majority of insurance companies raising the price of health plans in Florida through the Affordable Care Act exchange. State insurance officials said that 14 companies filed plans. This includes 3 new insurers of the 11 returning plans. 8 filed average rate increases ranging from 11 to 23%, and 3 filed rate decreases from about 5 to 12%. Health insurance rates have risen as much as 20 or even 30% in recent years. Critics of the health overhaul warned of huge rate increases, a signal they say shows the law isn't working. Well, the Florida Medical Association came out forcefully on Monday against a proposed constitutional amendment that would legalize medical marijuana. FMA's House of Delegates voted last month to oppose the marijuana proposal. The president said in a statement that the amendment does not have the proper regulations in place. A recent Quinnipiac University poll showed overwhelming support for legalizing medical marijuana, and backers of the amendment say it would help patients who suffer from diseases including cancer. Looking across Georgia now, a man accused of burglarizing the Atlanta home of baseball legend Hank Aaron has now been sentenced to 8 years in prison. 24-year-old Isaiah Slayton pleaded guilty to burglary and theft by taking yesterday. Now, once released, he will have to spend the next 42 years on probation. Slayton stole jewelry from Aaron's home back in 2013. Now, no one was home at the time of that break-in. Jury selection begins tomorrow against one of Slayton's accomplices, and a case is pending against a third suspect. Georgia officials will begin meetings today to discuss ways to improve transportation and infrastructure. It's the first of 8 sessions that will go on across the state to get feedback from residents. Officials from the Georgia Transportation Alliance say improving the way people travel can help bring economic development opportunities and make Georgia more competitive among neighboring states. Well, still to come here on Sunrise, another look at our local forecast and a morning traffic report, plus your latest money news. And later, talk about a diamond in the rough, or maybe the green. We got this unlikely golf shot. We're going to explain why it could be pretty costly. It's coming up in your Sunrise Sports. Stick with us.
It's the Florida Panhandle Shipwreck Trail Sweepstakes. This week's trip is to Pensacola. Experience a 2-night getaway for 4 at the Hilton Pensacola Beach. Enjoy dinner at Pensacola. And certified divers can take a diving expedition with Due South Custom Charters. Watch ABC 27's news at 5, 6, and 11 p.m. shows through Thursday for the word of the day. Then visit WTXL.tv to enter. It's the Florida Panhandle Shipwreck Trail Sweepstakes. This week on WTXL.
Fiber One now makes cookies. Find them in the cookie aisle.
At Stanley Steamer, we go beyond carpet cleaning. We're also experts at cleaning air ducts. The average home collects up to 40 pounds of dirt, dust, and allergens in its air ducts each year. Stanley Steamer thoroughly cleans your air ducts and every part of your ventilation system, making your home cleaner, healthier, and more energy efficient. And that helps you breathe easier. Call now about our air duct cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
5:38 on this Tuesday morning, and Max, I went outside. It was nice, clear skies. Granted, it was still the moon was up, and I saw the stars. And then the humidity hit me.
And Shirley went crazy.
A little bit.
No, you
Never
look
mind
good.
this pretty picture that looks so nice on the surface. It was pretty humid out there already.
No, it looks fine. It looks good. Yeah, it's a little bit humid out there, but I mean, you know, what can you do about it?
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You can get your dehumidifier in your house. That's pretty much the only thing you're able to do to try to fight off the humidity. And obviously turn on the AC, which we've pretty much had on at full blast this summer. We've been having heat wave after heat wave, and we're about to enter into another one this week. I know you don't want to hear that, but temperatures are already very steamy out there. As you mentioned, high humidity coupled with some warmth, yeah, it's going to hit you right when you walk outside for sure on your way to work. 70 over in Jefferson County. Good morning to everyone over at St. Mark's. 72 is what you're clocking in at. 68 in Biloxim at this hour. No real rainfall to talk about, just some false returns indicating that the air is very heavy that Titan radar is picking up on. There are some light showers that are over the open Gulf, but nothing that is over us right now. I think most of the shower activity does stay away from us as we go into the next several hours. Here's what you can expect around the region today. Temperatures heating up, even a 98-degree temperature reading expected in Quincy, 96 over into the capital city. Muggy conditions lasting into tonight, and check out the coastline. Still in the 90s as we're expecting a hot west wind versus a moderate Gulf wind to be impacting our region. We'll call it 95 over in Madison, 94 in Monticello, and taking it into south central Georgia where we might see a few showers just like we could see around the rest of the region. Temperature still steamy though, getting into the mid to even some upper 90s around the region, and this is really going to be the trend over the next couple of days, Kelly. We're going to be seeing a lot of heat, but only some limited rain chances, which is not good. Coming up in your full storm team forecast at the top of the hour, we're going to talk all about your 7-day forecast. We're also going to dive in depth with just how much rain we would need to get back to our average rainfall that we usually see for the summertime. We'll have all that and more in just a few minutes, but right now you are going to take a live look at traffic. Again, conditions last hour, not too shabby. Hopefully now, things are okay as well.
Yeah, same story. Really no problems out there. No fog to deal with this morning. No slick spots or anything. So that's certainly helping us move along a little bit. This picture actually improving quite a bit. Looking pretty good out there. Taking a look at our traffic flows all across the area. Now we do, of course, have some construction projects that we're going to want to pay attention to. In Valdosta, resurfacing continues today on Gordon Street from Lamar to Smith. So we're certainly going to see some delays as more people head out the door this morning. Also, overnight work underway for the next 20 minutes or so on Old Bainbridge Road from Brevard Street to 7th Avenue. And if you're heading out on I-10, the inside lane of I-10 eastbound is actually closed. Traffic is actually being moved over to the shoulder from mile marker 212 to 214. That's I-10 eastbound. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. And you can always take a closer look yourself. Just visit our website to check out our live traffic maps on WTXL.TV. All right, time now for a look at your financial news. Here's ABC's Devin Dwyer with America's Money.
Good morning. Topping America's Money, airfares continuing to climb. In the first half of this year, the average round-trip ticket cost just over $509. That's up $14 from last year. Fewer seats and more people who want to travel lead to those higher fares. Well, P.F. Chang says the data breach that was discovered in June affected 33 restaurants in 16 states. It's believed that an intruder may have stolen the data over an 8-month period. And Sandra Bullock tops the Forbes list of highest paid actresses. She made $51 million over the last year. Second is Jennifer Lawrence with $34 million. Jennifer Aniston was third after making $31 million. And Lego has sold out of its new playset featuring 3 female scientists. The Research Institute was the company's answer to a 7-year-old girl's letter which criticized Lego for its lack of sets that include professional women. It's expected to be available again in about 2 weeks. And that's America's Money. I'm Devin Dwyer.
Welcome to the corner of making healthy choices and getting major kudos. Just look at you. You're being healthy, even in little ways. That's worth celebrating. That's why Walgreens created the first program that gives you rewards points just for healthy behavior. So stick with it. You've got a lot of people cheering you on. Download the app and start getting rewarded today at the corner of happy and healthy.
4 wholesome grains. Sugar, only 6 grams of sugar?
That's really good.
Excellent, delicious.
And yummy.
Honey bunches of oats.
Tasty. Yummy.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. A mint flavor that intensifies as you chew. 5% gum. Stimulate your senses.
Home Instead Senior Care, Kraft Nissan, and St. Leo University present Laugh Out Loud, a night of comedy to benefit the Alzheimer's Project. Saturday, August 16th at the Ruby Diamond Concert Hall, featuring the comedians Bob Zaney and Greg Hahn, who've performed on Comedy Central, The Bob and Tom Show, and more. Tickets are available now and won't last. Get yours at tickets.fsu.edu. Get ready to laugh out loud. Saturday, August 16th. See you there.
Come celebrate 20 years of the Downtown Marketplace every Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park, featuring fresh homegrown food, fine arts and crafts, music, special events, and children's activities. Please don't miss special events all season long. For a complete calendar, visit downtownmarket.com and click More Resources under About the Marketplace. The Downtown Marketplace, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ponce de Leon Park. Brought to you by the Tallahassee Downtown Improvement Authority, WTXL ABC 27, and these sponsors.
Your security company may claim 24-hour service, but can you look at your smartphone and see what happened just seconds ago? SafeTouch customers can. They can see anything they want from any internet or cellular device because SafeTouch systems are always on. At SafeTouch, all cameras and home automation are integrated into one powerful system. If a crime occurs at my house, it's all right here on my cell phone or on my computer. Emergency authorities love it. Crooks hate it.
Don't be fooled by bundled security systems. Get the best. Call SafeTouch today.
Hello, I'm a kid, and us kids have an important message for our grown-ups. 3 grams daily of beta-glucan, a soluble fiber from whole grain oat foods like Cheerios, can help lower cholesterol. And where can you find beta-glucan? In oats. And they're yummy. I'm going back to being a kid now. Thank you.
Titan Doppler Radar is sponsored by Kraft Nissan.
Time now for sports. FSU football back in action now finally. Just a few weeks to go before the season opener. So what does head coach Jimbo Fisher have to say?
The big question there for sure. We will get all that and more coming up with Dave Griffiths in Sunrise Sports.
This is Sunrise Sports. I'm Dave Griffiths. It was a truly great football weekend. Friday, Georgia high school practice. Saturday, Pro Football Hall of Fame ceremony. Sunday, first NFL preseason game. But yesterday was probably the best of the bunch for most of you out there. And that's because Florida State football was practicing once again. With now 25 days to go before their season opener, Coach Jimbo Fisher yesterday said everyone is out on the field. No injuries of significance. From the players, they are glad to be finished with the last few months of basic conditioning workouts and once again playing the game they love.
It went pretty good, exciting. Back to football, coming off a tough summer, just running, conditioning. It's fun to go out here and touch a football again, get you out here and play with your teammates.
It was great, we all made mistakes out there today. We all got to get better at things every day, but the effort that was given was, enormous.
Everybody was looking forward to this day, just coming out here and being able to play again and just hunt for another championship. So it was pretty big.
There's a lot of guys. We look better as a team. I like the way we look. We just got to play well. We don't need to be the all-show team. We need to be all-go team.
We are always all-go here in the sports department at WTXL ABC 27, including going to Jimbo Fisher's news conference from yesterday covering what is to come this fall. Check out the 34-minute video of that news conference online at WTXL.tv. Practice up in Athens looks a bit different for Georgia this year. The Dogs started fall camp last Friday, and players are saying the tempo has really picked up. What changes exactly are the coaches making? Well, more units are practicing at one time. As the first and third team run a play on one side of the field, the 2s and 4s go on the other. It's a change the Bulldogs say comes from former Florida State coordinator Jeremy Pruitt.
My philosophy was that, you're going to expect and going to have some young guys make some plays for you this year. And the way Coach Pruitt brought kind of his practice system from Florida State was a very two-spot. A lot of guys are getting more reps now.
That'll do it for your Tuesday Sunrise Sports. Go out and make it a great day.
Okay, this is a pretty fun one coming up. You probably read or at least heard of or maybe saw LeBron James' letter to Cleveland announcing his grand return.
So dramatic.
Very dramatic.
So,
well, now
what a drama
a fellow NBA star putting his own spin on it. It's pretty good. It made me laugh quite a bit. This is the picture that he put up. This is 11-year NBA veteran Brian Scalabrine. He's returning to the Boston Celtics, this time as a TV analyst. So he posted this parody picture. He also wrote a letter that spoofs LeBron's love letter to Cleveland. Of course, he's got the pose himself. You can pretty much see it's identical. It even says, LeBron says the 4-time MVP, whatever. His says, the one-time NBA champion. So pretty good stuff. One of my favorite parts, he said, and this is almost a direct quote taken from LeBron's letter, "I'm not promising a championship. I know how hard that is to deliver. We're not ready right now, no way. Of course I want to win next year, but I'm realistic. I'm only a broadcaster. What can I do?"
What can you do? That's just like, that should be our motto here. We're only a broadcaster. What can we do? No, that's so funny.
And the entire letter, it literally looks like he printed out LeBron's letter and then just wrote his own. So he makes fun of himself being,
it's just
a white guy with red hair being in the NBA.
LeBron, remember what he was saying? He's like, I'm not going to have one. I'm not going to have two. And it was all the way up to 7. I don't think he's going to get 7 anymore.
No, I don't think so.
If he's not promising a championship now,
no.
I don't think we're going to be seeing that from Mr. James. King James. I know everyone calls him King James, but, he's moved on. He's showing that he's a human as well. He's Mr. James.
Exactly.
He's not King James.
I just like LeBron. He's just LeBron now.
LeBron, like Cher?
Exactly.
Aww.
They're one and the same.
All right, let's move on a little bit to a whole other sport. Check this out. Golfer Sergio Garcia hit a tee shot on the 3rd hole and knocked the diamond right out of a woman's ring in the gallery.
That's not good. You can see it. Look.
I know, she has an empty setting now. Sergio did sign the golf ball as a consolation prize, but I'm sure that woman was like, "Give me my ring."
I was going to say, you can't put that on your finger.
He looked around a bit for the... Oh, there it is.
Yay.
He looked around, and after a short time, a member of the gallery found the lost diamond and stole it. No, she gets it back. She gets it back.
That was
She's
a good-sized
happy.
diamond, too.
Yeah, I know. I'd be angry, too.
What are the odds of that
Actually,
happening?
she's happy. She looks like she's happy.
Well, yeah.
Let's see it again. I want to see this. Golf ball goes up.
The fact that he was able to hit
gets
it.
lost. Well, it was a bad hit, obviously, because it went into the trees.
A little way off, and then there's her ring, just
gone.
I think maybe her fiance needs to contact the jeweler where he got that diamond ring, because why did it knock out like that?
Because a golf ball was traveling at 50 miles per hour.
I guess, but that's not a very big target.
Right. But that's why we're talking about this, because it's so weird. They should get the golf ball on the ring.
That's what I was saying.
Just be weighing you down.
Right. That's fine.
And then it will never fall in the sink. It won't get in the garbage disposal.
That would be good. You'd be able to tell, I think I lost it. So.
It'll be the talk of the town, as in everyone's talking about how weird your ring is.
Baseball now. Well, another sport. We got them all. A Minnesota Baseball Club maybe swung its way into the history books.
Oh.
Members of the PhD Baseball Club in Cottage Grove, Minnesota played 63 hours of continuous baseball. The game actually started Friday morning. It lasted all the way till Sunday night. Now, it was also a fundraiser, and the players collected donations for ALS Minnesota.
It's like the dance marathon of baseball. A little too much. If I would have gotten tired, some naps would have been in order.
I want to know how many, you can see fans there, but you can't stay for 63 hours.
I'm sure the news crew did. You know what I bet the news crew did?
They had to get the highlights.
They went for 5 minutes.
5 minutes at the beginning.
They got their shots.
Give us a call when maybe it's going to end.
Was it programmed to be 63 hours, or was it just like, let's keep going?
I think we're done now. We don't want to play anymore. We're too tired now.
Until our wrists start hurting.
How much did they smell?
Ooh.
Sorry. But you sweat a lot when you're an athlete, when you're playing for 63 hours. Maybe they had shower breaks in between innings when you got taken out. You were subbed out to go shower.
Well, sure.
There were a lot of burning questions about all of these sports stories, and I don't think we're ever going to get the answer to them.
Coming up during the break, we're going to talk about more of showering, apparently, while you watch commercials.
Yeah, why not? We're talking about actually some advice coming up next for many homeowners when it comes to your deck. Painting or staining, which one is the way to go? We've got the expert advice for you. Your Angie's List report coming up next.
Get ready to hit the stage. It's the Downtown Tallahassee Music Fest contest, and we're looking for musicians and bands to battle for the Gig of the Year. Visit WTXL.tv and click the Music Fest logo to submit your music. 3 finalists will perform at Music Fest this fall, and the winner gets to open at the Downtown Tallahassee New Year's Eve 2014. The Downtown Tallahassee Music Fest contest, brought to you by WTXL, ABC 27, and these sponsors.
Oh, hey there! Oh, you're that grumpy cat. Well, I know. How about some Honey Nut Cheerios? Humans love them. Moms, dads, kids, all of them. Not even a smile? Huh. Maybe somebody should tell your face. Oh, that is your face. Oh, part of a good breakfast for almost everyone.
I was the cheerleader. I was a homecoming for. If I smell it, the 16 acres smoking. Because I started smoking when I was a teenager.
For a free 2-week starter kit of nicotine patches, call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
Wow, this is nuts.
Oh, I'll show you nuts.
Toyota's annual clearance event is on now. Find great lease offers and 0% APR financing on many of your favorite models. Get yours today before they're gone.
It's mine. It's mine.
You weren't kidding.
Hurry in now to Toyota's annual clearance event and get a low 0% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota Camry. That's just 0% APR on a new Camry.
Guys!
Oh my God. Toyota, let's go places.
Talking your consumer alert this morning. You know, the summer winding down, still plenty of time though for you to get outside, enjoy your backyard and maybe your deck. But if your deck is looking a little drab and needs a facelift, you do have some options. So in today's Angie's List report, should you paint or stain your deck? When it comes to decks, a little neglect goes a long way. If the stain on your deck is fading or worn, you might be debating whether to stain it again or just paint over it. Angie's List asks the experts, and most say stick with stain.
As the wood shrinks and expands with changes in moisture and temperature, the paint doesn't always have the ability to move at the exact same rate, and the only thing that it can do at that point is release and let go of the wood, and that manifests itself in cracking and peeling and chipping of the coating.
Stain, though, won't chip, peel, or crack, and a quality stain and sealer will penetrate the grain, allowing moisture to escape the wood. So look for an oil-based product. While deck staining might seem like a simple weekend project, it's actually a time-consuming job. If you don't have the time to commit or the expertise to do the proper prep work like power washing, a pro can help you get the longest-lasting results.
Typically, a company will quote staining a deck by the square foot or by the hour, so be sure that it's clear in the estimate the size of the deck. Additionally, find out what types of materials they're going to use, and remember if they're going to have to do a lot of prep work, like stripping old paint or stain, that's going to cost extra.
Now, whether you decide to do it yourself or hire a pro, make sure you cover and protect plants and other areas from cleaners or stains. Also remember, decks do need to be restained every few years because even the best stains are going to fade, especially in high traffic areas. Still a whole lot more to come, including Pet of the Week. News at Sunrise continues in 2 minutes.
2014 is the year of the Seminoles. The defending national champions are returning a loaded squad and looking to repeat as champs. Led by Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston, the Noles are the favorites to do it again. Come meet the team, hear from the coaches, and show your Seminole spirit at the 63rd Annual Kickoff Luncheon. Friday, August 22nd at 11:30 a.m. at the Civic Center. Brought to you by the FSU Alumni Association. Tickets are now available at alumni.fsu.edu.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better.
Come support the Alzheimer's Project at Laugh Out Loud, Saturday, August 16th at 8 p.m. at the Ruby Diamond Concert Hall. Enjoy comedians Bob Zaney and Greg Hahn while helping the Alzheimer's Project support caregivers in our area. Tickets won't last, so purchase your tickets at tickets.fsu.edu. I'm Scott Harrell, and I care about our community. That's what makes Home Instead Senior Care a dedicated company.
At Stanley Steamer, we go beyond carpet cleaning. We're also experts at cleaning tile and grout. Our high-pressure equipment extracts dirt powerfully, yet safely, with far better results than mopping. We can even seal or recolor your grout for a fresh look. Call now about our tile cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Nature Valley Crunchy Granola Bars give you energy from 1/3 of your daily whole grains. So 1/3 of this commercial is dedicated to what you could do with all that energy. Energy for getting dizzy at the beach.
Wherever morning takes you, take along Nature Valley soft-baked oatmeal squares. Oatmeal, cinnamon,
On Comcast Channel 431.
Good morning, America. In an instant, flash flooding turns roadways into wild rapids, trapping drivers in a wall of water. Get out! Hurry! Dramatic rescues caught on tape. Cars swept away in Las Vegas, heroes racing in to help. Water overrunning an entire airport in Florida as this Category 3 hurricane heads for Hawaii.
Breaking now, the second American infected with Ebola arrives in Atlanta this morning. New details on the experimental drug helping both patients right now. Hospitals on high alert. A patient put in isolation in New York City as fear spreads.
The fire director of the world-famous Ohio State University marching band breaks his silence this morning. The man behind these jaw-dropping routines speaks out on the scathing report about an animal house culture, why he claims he wasn't the problem.
We're getting rescued!